Did you know artists call the hour right after sunrise and the hour right before sunset the golden hour? Those two times of day, you get beautiful light that makes everything in the landscape pretty.
Even better if your landscape includes features like water or flowers, because then you can have a sunset, but it's over water.
This is a snap review for Sunset Over Water, the Pocket Edition.
Sunset Over Water and Sunset Over Water Pocket Edition is a game of landscape painting for 1 to 4 players that takes less than 30 minutes. It was designed by Steve Finn, Beth Sobel, and Eduardo Baraf, and it's published by Pencil First Games. So with names like that, let's talk about that art.
The largest component of this game are the landscape cards, which depict a variety of beautiful paintings done by Beth Sobel. Each landscape card has icons in its upper left corner to remind you what natural features it showcases. The iconography all over this game is incredibly clear, even though the cards are really small.
Even the painter meeples have been thoughtfully designed with subtle differences between them and a palette that makes them friendly even to most colorblind players.
My only quibble with the art is that all of the card backs have symmetrical designs on them, but all of the cards have a single correct orientation. I really wish I could tell which way is up before I flip a card over.
I actually would go one further and say that I love the design aesthetic, but I think they went a little bit too far with the card backs. It's hard to understand which one they are, and when you have the game on the table, you can't see the card backs anyway.
So let's talk about the mechanics of Sunset Over Water and how to play the game.
So you start by laying out landscape cards in a 5x5 grid, along with a row of commission cards and a daily goal.
Every player selects a painter meeple and their corresponding planning cards. Each round starts with planning. Every player simultaneously draws the top 3 cards of their planning deck and chooses one to govern their day. Planning cards have a time,
when you wake up and get out there to paint,
a hike,
how far your artist can move and in which directions they can go,
and a painting,
how many landscapes you can collect on that day.
Once everyone has chosen their planning card, they return their unchosen cards to the bottom of their deck and reveal their choice. The player with the earliest time goes first in the next phase of the game.
In the trek phase, you move your artist token around within the landscape grid. You may pass through other artists, but you cannot end your movement in the same space as one. You may not pass through an empty space.
Once your movement is complete, you choose some landscapes to paint. You may take any that you've passed through, as long as another artist hasn't claimed them.
By sitting on them.
Take up to the number allowed by your chosen planning card. Then at the end of your turn, you may sell paintings, turning them in to fulfill commission cards. This is the largest source of points in the game.
You might also be able to claim the daily goal, but since all of the goals are for the last person to do something, you'd better hope no one else takes it after you.
Landscape cards and commission cards are not restocked until everyone has completed their turn for this round. So going first always gives you the most choices.
After 6 rounds, the game is over. Add up points from commission cards and daily goals, add a few points for symbols left on the landscape paintings that you still have, and that's your final score.
So Andrew, what did we expect from this game?
Well, this is a Beth Sobel illustrated game. We knew it was going to be gorgeous.
Since it's Pocket Edition, it promised to take Sunset Over Water and shrink it down to a portable size. I wondered if it would make any significant changes to the gameplay, but as far as we can tell, it's an exact copy, just pocket-sized.
I knew the original Sunset Over Water was beautiful and peaceful, and I expected the same thing here. That's what I got. Anisha, what surprised you about this game?
I did not expect this game to go so quickly. It seemed pretty complex the first time we set it up. There's the whole grid and everything, but the mechanics were all really familiar, and the rhythm of the game just makes sense to me. You plan, you travel, you paint, you sell. Done. I can see how the regular version of this game would definitely be a table hog. But the Pocket Edition fits nicely even on a small table. It really is portable.
I've played games with this kind of tension in them before. Filler, which is a game that we like from Green Couch Games, has this same kind of mechanic where you choose which card you want to play, and the order of execution is balanced by the time on the card, which determines the player order. It is a great mechanic which leads to some really tough decisions for which cards you end up wanting to play.
Both the regular and the Pocket Edition are really nice games for a peaceful and still competitive play experience. There's a little bit of player versus player when you're considering what cards to take, because you might be denying players the cards they want, or the ones you think they want.
We like playing this game, and for me, the theme here definitely works better than that other game that I mentioned, Filler. So, we're going to give Sunset Over Water Pocket Edition the same rating we gave Filler, 4.5 sunsets in this case, out of 5.
And that's Sunset Over Water Pocket Edition
In a snap.